Technique, toughness, and truth from a Michigan legend, captain and All-American. Hale Media Group presents Inside the O-Line Room with Rod Payne.
Hello and welcome back to Inside the O-Line Room with Rod Payne. I'm a former Michigan All-American and center, where we break down week to week the results and grading of Michigan's offensive line. Last week came with Nebraska. This week we had Wisconsin. And let's just get to it. I'm going to break down the first half of Wisconsin from an offensive line standpoint to see what the pluses and minuses were, see how we performed, and see how we can get better as we move along into the Big Ten, the bulk of the Big Ten season, and obviously be in a position where we're going to want to pull out some victories against some big-time rivals coming up, with Michigan State and Ohio State looming in our future schedule. So let's go ahead and get started on this first series. Wisconsin, just to give a brief game synopsis, I think we did some good things. I think one of the things that is resounding is a number of plays were very thin line between success and failure. And I think the theme of this week is, if I can say it simply, a thin line between good and bad is not yet produce a dominant line. So what we're looking for is a dominant line that's puts a little space in between whether or not a play is good or bad, but consistently getting after it. All right, so the first series, 1st and 10, Michigan starts out with a flea flicker, kind of a odd play for a first half play where we haven't yet established run dominance. Luckily, the offensive line is able to, this is a play action pass. It ends up in a pass interference. We get the first down, but a couple of key points I've noticed. One, the left guard, 55, it doesn't set his feet, kind of gets on the edge. Again, it's a play action pass. I don't know if we're doing that off a run action, but I'd like to see that left guard stay square. We'll see later on in the game, not staying square on pass pro really cost the offensive line from a few negative plays. But here early on, Payne is able to give the pitch back, and we complete the pass pro without any critical errors. Right tackle, right guard, do a great job. I'd like to see the center. If you can see here, I'd like to see, not the center, the tight end. I'd like to see the tight end stay a little square on his block here. Loses the block late. Guy's able to get into Underwood's vision and affect that pass a little bit. But nonetheless, we're pass interference, 1st and 10. Okay, next play. Play 2 on the series is a frontside zone pull with the right guard pulling. Just FYI, the way we look at the box in offensive line play, there's basically 5 in a box here. But what we do in blocking down the tackle to the backside linebacker, we basically put ourselves in a situation where we're outnumbered. And you'll see here as the play goes on, I think we had a situation where the tight end and the front side H-back should have double team up to the combo blocked up to the middle linebacker. I'm going to let this film run here. Okay, I'm going to stop this here. I think what we missed here was a front side combo to these two guys up to the middle linebacker, down block on the 3 technique, pull around on the front side linebacker. I'm not sure if the wide receiver misses this front side linebacker pickup. He's in the box, so that tells me his vision should be here or either under this inside linebacker. Okay, so if what we have here is these two guys double down to the middle to backside linebacker, down block, pull around to the front side linebacker, we should be good on numbers. But what essentially happens is tight end goes down to the backside linebacker, which is already picked up by the center, the H-back blocks down on a down lineman, and the wide receiver goes up to the safety. Well, that leaves two defenders to block with one offensive lineman. Now he picks up one guy, but doesn't do that great of a job bouncing him out. Inside defender misses a tackle, and now the defense's job is kind of initially successful in pressing the play to the sideline. But Haynes does a great job in redirecting, getting some yards, getting some critical yards under stress. Manages to pick up 6 yards before it goes out of bounds. So again, another replay, and you can see, we really had to at some point pick up the front side linebacker or pick up the inside linebacker, but we do neither. And now we got a guard pulling free around with basically 1 against 2. And again, Haynes is able to turn a negative block play into a positive block play. All right, let's move on to play 3 here. And I got the film running slow so I can stop and emphasize technique, and blocking assignments a lot better than what you see in real speed in football. Okay, so this next play is a pass play, and this is a lot of negatives on this play. We got touches on the quarterback. Our offensive line's number one job in pass pro is to keep everybody off the quarterback. And what we see here is left guard stuck. There's a double blitz. All right, both linebackers are going to come. All right, and we're going to have to pass off some twists. Now, the way we do that essentially is to call a fire call, where we bring everyone down to the most critical positions. Obviously, inside, they can hit us inside the A gaps first, but from there, let's go and look at this replay. I'm going to slow this down because there's a few errors here. Okay. All right. What I'd like to see here is once both linebackers are committed, the right guard has to slam back to take this D tackle, which puts the center late, picking up the blitzer. Center misses the blitzer, and we got pressure on the quarterback. That's a good throw and catch, but at the same time, this is one of those situations where let's replay this play, where we're just a little slow in picking up. If I could get this film captured here, we're just a little slow in picking up these blitzes. All right. So we got a man free and 2 linebackers up, basically in the face of the quarterback. All right. Let's all right. All right, let's see what we got here. Okay, we got a zone read. Center works up to the front, works up to the middle linebacker. H-back does a great job in sealing that D tackle. All right. Right there, we're able to seal inside, seal backside. I think the right guard and right tackle both did great jobs sealing that right tackle, right defensive end outside and getting us a good running lane. Haynes does a great job pulling inside the fullback seal as well as the right tackle, right guard. And we got a big gain. I think we get down to 1 or 2 yard line. Love to see that. Let's just speed this up a little bit. All right, looking at the tight end zone copy, you can see the right guard and right tackle are going to do a great job sealing the right defensive end and the 3 technique defensive tackle. All right, great position, pad levels low, hands inside. The center, I would have liked to have seen the center chip off on this block, on this backside tackle, up to the linebacker, not letting the left guard get beat inside, which the left guard should be square on this guy. But nonetheless, in football now everything's perfect, and I think the fullback does a great job sealing the inside. Thus, you got the right tackle, right defensive end sealed to the right. You have the fullback sealing the D tackle to the left. Linebacker makes the wrong read, steps backside, and I don't know if this guy's coach is going to be happy with him, but he takes forever to read that play, and we're off to the races. All right, now we get down to the goal line. Here's a goal next plays, 1st and 10 on the goal line. I'm going to pause this play and kind of illustrate what you'll see here. Going to be a down block on the man. We're going to pull the front side guard to the point of attack. But I want you to take a look at the tight end here. And this is what I mean when I say the tight ends and a little bit in the perimeter guys, they got to do a little bit better staying low in pad level. It's really the effort by the right guard to overcome the tight end getting blocked in the backfield to just seal this right end and get a little chip on that defensive end to be able to spring Haynes outside for the touchdown. I'd like to see a little bit more drive out of this guy to set the edge, set the point of attack, in which case now we're pulling up into the line of scrimmage as opposed to kind of going sideways to the end zone. The other thing is backside left guard and left tackle got to do a much better job of getting their pad levels down. You can see here where just not getting pad level down allows for us to get pushed into the line of scrimmage. Nonetheless, backside sealed off. We're able to squeeze out the front side, get just enough on the defender, and take it to the pylon for the touchdown. Okay, this is the second series. This should be play number 4 here. Let's see. This is a simple play action, quick screen out to the right. I think the offensive line do a great job at selling this play. You can see the linebackers react to lower pad level. I would like to see guys get down just a little bit lower, but nonetheless, we're able to sell that play action, get the ball out to the perimeter. If I could replay just a little bit more on this perimeter blocking, I'd like to see the receivers find the open man and not necessarily try and double up, and maybe we could spring this play for a bigger gain than that. But nonetheless, 1st and 10, good job on play action. Okay. Oh man, this is not a good play. We get last play ended up with a 3rd and 1. So obviously we're going to have to dig that down. I'm going to show you we just get it clipped off here in the play, but this is a backside combo and a front side combo. Okay, the right guard, right tackle are going to double team this front side tackle up to the middle linebacker. Okay, the backside left tackle and left guard are going to double team this D tackle. Okay, and I'm going to slow this down so you can see a little bit more of what went on. And they're going to double team this guy up to the backside linebacker. Unfortunately, we get penetration where the left guard has his left shoulder up high, and the backside left tackle is not in position to square this away. So what we have essentially is penetration by the play. Okay. Stops us from getting the first down. We end up, I believe, having a punt in this play. The other thing I want to show you, and this may be just the personnel by which case we have the backside. We have, this is a wide receiver. Okay. And this is a defensive end. And typically that doesn't end well for receivers blocking down linemen, but nonetheless, personnel of the play may have to change where we at least get a tight end on this guy, because this is the critical point of the block. We missed the double team. We were split the double team by the left tackle and left guard, and the defensive end basically bench presses our wide receiver. They're able to come in, make a play on the ball, and we're punting. So again, here, just to show you a positive on the play, all right, and run this back on a positive on the play. Look at the right guard, right tackle. That's essentially what we want to see. We want to see a double team to be able to blow the legs of a defensive line back off the ball, get some movement on the line of scrimmage, and be able to pick up that first down. All right, so we're on to the third series. Let's see what we got here. This is what I call no point of attack. We didn't really have a point of attack here. And I don't know if this is a missed assignment by the wide receiver, but if you got a guy in your face and he's looking down at the ball, he basically misses, we run right into the teeth of a missed assignment. This is what we call a critical error. Judging from the reaction of this wide receiver, I think that definitely he misses this block, and from there we're dead in the water. Left guard pulls around, has what I think is a decent pretty good block on that inside linebacker, but we just can't do anything with the backside linebacker. I'm sorry, with the play side linebacker point of attack missed by a critical error of the wide receiver. Okay, let's see. What's the next play here? Okay. Play 2. Let's see. Forgive me, guys. Okay, so what we got here is a simple dive play. All right. I give a plus on pad level and plus on the point of attack by the right tackle, but I give a minus on the front side, the right guard in the center. It's what I'd like to see is these guys square up on this double team. So basically, these two guys are going to be comboing up for the front side linebacker. But as you can see here, pad levels are way too high by the right guard. He allows his D line to get his head peaked front side, and essentially cuts off the play. Now that puts the emphasis on the block of the center, and you can see once the center goes up on the second level, he basically catches that linebacker. Instead of delivering a blow on the linebacker, he catches the defender's pad, keeps the pad levels below the offensive line, and even though it's a 5-yard gain, I think we could have gotten this out for a touchdown had we had a little bit lower pad level. Finish the block. I see a lot of things. One comment I'll make about this offensive line and the offense in general I'd like to see improved upon is just finishing blocks. Let's get on the line and finish blocks, guys. Okay? Try to finish blocks. All right. Pass pro, we got a sack. Okay, sack. Let's see here. Okay. Looks like a blitz. All right, they're bringing 6. We have 6 to defend with, 5 offensive line, and 1 running back. Let's see how we pick up. See how the running back dips his head. That's the first thing we see is a running back dip his head and give the defender a free shot to the quarterback. The other thing I see is down below on the left side of the offensive line, okay, is a delayed end tackle game. That end's going to go inside hard, and this left tackle is going to have to basically slide out and pick up this linebacker. I'd like to see that linebacker square up. I'd like to see these guys do a much better job in getting on these defenders. And what we have is a sack. We got a sack there. That was not good looking play there. Okay. All right, slide out. All right, slide those feet out. Come on, get your head up. I'd like to see us do a lot better job. And again, if we can get this center, all right, we get this center squared up on this defensive tackle here, all right, we may be able to get Underwood broken out of this thing. Yeah, I'd like to see a lot more sustained block by our offensive line here. Again, guys, I think we're in a situation where we really got to increase our consistency and finishing on blocks.
If you like this kind of content, please like, share, follow, and subscribe.